Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. Back again with another one. What we're pretty much going to be talking about is this particular topic here. I want to address a lot of things. I want to talk about this because, a lot of times we see these type of stories, everybody have their business on social media, their family business, and it becomes entertainment for other people. It become a spectacle, and we got to talk about this, So I'm going to be dealing with this particular issue from a father's point of view. I'm going to have a lot of things to say. You may not like what I have to say. I really don't care. We got to deal with this issue because, you got these young girls out here that's in these streets. And when things pop off, people want to throw the dad under the bus. And everybody's trying to figure out who's at fault. Everybody playing the blame game. And, it's really funny. So we're going to be taking a look at a video that LaTruth posts. We're going to review that. We're going to also review, I believe, his sister or something along them lines. We're going to take a look at some posts that was made, I believe, by the daughter's mom. And I want to address a lot of different things. Guys, make sure you put on your thinking caps for this one, because we're about to go to work. And understand that these folks put their personal business on social media. So, don't waste your time telling me, some nonsense about minding your business. My business wouldn't be on social media. It wouldn't be there. And that's just the way it is. It's like, I don't understand this generation of social media where it's like everybody's business is on social media. And then when people talk about it, everybody get upset about it. Like, I don't get that, man. So the first thing I want to do before we get into this, I want to address all of this. Now, this is interesting because LaTruth's daughter appeared to have, I guess, posted, I'm not sure who posted this, but she's showing her stomach on Halloween with a pumpkin. And based on my little bit of research, it appears as if though the mom took it to social media to, I guess, take a few shots at LaTruth. And I want to address a lot of things, man. There's a lot of things that we got to talk about here, man. A lot of stuff, because this cycle has to stop. This cycle of dysfunction, this cycle of single motherhood, it got to stop. It really got to stop. And you fathers, man, like, I got a lot to say. Like, hey, it's going to be a situation where there's going to be some rebukes. There's going to be some harsh criticism, because I'm cut from a different type of cloth where we don't play any games. Our word is bond, and I could care less about anybody's feelings, right? So now the mom took it to social media and said, take the job that fits your kid's schedule, because it's better to be a part of the memory rather than hearing the story after. So based on that, she's taking jabs at LaTruth by saying that he got to have a schedule that fits his daughter's life. Now, first of all, that's bullshit. A man is supposed to be a man doing what he got to do. If you're a mom, your job is to be doing your job. right? And this is one of the problems that we have in society, right? Now, understand that we're doing a whole class right here. We're not just going to be watching images because I'm on camera. Just so in case you can see me, we're going to get back to this. But I want to make sure that y'all understand a couple of things. Now, what I notice in society is that with a lot of mothers, right, they take credit for Mother's Day. They take credit for Father's Day. They take credit when their kids become successful. And they basically say, F the daddy. But the minute the daughter get pregnant out of wedlock, all of a sudden now, the father is being blamed. Or the daddy wasn't in their life. Or if your son get locked up and he go to prison, oh, let's blame the daddy. But if the boy become a NBA baller, if the boy becomes a rapper and makes a lot of money, all of a sudden now mom take all the credit for all of that. But when there is a problem with the child, when there's a problem, it all get dumped on the father. First of all, when it comes to this situation, the only one that's at fault is the daughter, period. Do you understand me? The daughter is at fault. And if LaTruth is listening, fam, I'm going to be speaking some harsh criticism, bruh. Harsh. Because in order for this particular cycle to end, a man got to put his foot down, bruh. You got to put your foot down as a father. Now, of course, on social media, you're going to hear a lot of BS. Fuck the people that's talking shit, but recognize when real is real. I'm a father. So I know the game. You understand what I'm saying? Let me make sure you see me. I'm a father. So I already done know the game. When you have a daughter, right? And she go out here. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, just the other day, we were doing videos about, I guess his ex or whatever the case is, throwing him under the bus on social media. And somebody put the daughter to speak against her daddy. And if you do your research, when I was doing my commentary, I said this. I said, you see what the daughter's doing? The very same daughter gonna get pregnant out of wedlock. I said that. Same thing happened, just as I said it. Absolutely amazing. Because those of you that watch my video commentary, I was pissed because I'm like, yo, who put the daughter out there to disrespect her dad? And I said it. I said the daughter is going to get pregnant out of wedlock and the cycle going to continue. Because somebody's in her ear giving her bad advice. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember me saying that the daughter is going to get pregnant out of wedlock. So this ain't new. But see, the problem here is that when these kind of situations happen, people are quick to blame the dad and say, well, the dad wasn't in the daughter's life. That's why this happened. So let me get this straight. We want to blame the father. See, what you have to also understand is that all these women that are throwing LaTruth under the bus, they don't even got a man. None of them have a man. And all of them are single mothers. All of them. And this is why I keep telling you guys, stop taking these women with all these kids. Stop taking these women with these kids, bruh. Y'all come in, y'all want to be stepdaddies. And then you get played. The signs was already there. So it's not a surprise to me when that other woman threw him under the bus. At the end of the day, bro, that's your fault. That's your fault. You taking a woman that got kids, you're going to get burned. The OGs were supposed to tell you that. Now, if you just wanted to smash, then, hey, keep it official. I'm just here to kick it. That's why I tell you guys in today's day, don't wife up none of these women. None. Just deal with them accordingly. That's it. No commitment, no relationship, no marriage, accordingly. If that sister is true to you, she gonna rock with you. If she's official, she gonna be there till the end. Shorty gonna come to me and be like, look, I wanna be your woman. I wanna cater to you. Why? Because she stood the test of time. But you guys out here trying to get into these relationships, destroying your soul. I mean, this man been through the whole situation with his stomach, all that all over social media, all the drama with the baby mama. She ended up getting with another man. I mean, there gotta come a time when enough is enough, bro. And now the daughter's pregnant, out of wedlock. Everybody's talking about congratulations. The fuck we congratulating her for? What are we congratulating? This is not nothing to be congratulating. This is dysfunction. Yeah, but Ringo, you have daughters. What if your daughter get pregnant out of wedlock? I don't give a fuck. And I'm not gonna be there for them. Make a timestamp and a date of what I just said. Any daughter of mine that wanna go out there, open her legs for some ninja, turn up pregnant, I don't give a fuck about her. She on her own. That's my word. That's called cold love. Because what I'm seeing here with this particular situation is that the public throwing LaTruth under the bus, it's sort of like it made him, I guess, want to step up to the plate or some sort of, well, you know, I'm going to be there, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be there for my kid and blah, blah, blah. And it's almost like, you know, like how the public make you feel guilty. So you feel like you got to say something. That's why we're going to review his video. We're going to review that video. Because the cycle has to end. I'm not going to be there. If any of my daughters go out there and say, you know what? I want to go mess with some boy and get pregnant. And well, you on your own. You on your own, girl. Welcome to the real world. It's time for you to change them diapers. Oh, how you gonna eat? Oh, well, you better go apply for some food stamps. You better go get a job. Oh, you're gonna learn the hard way, girl. Trust and believe that. I'm not doing a damn thing. I'm not stepping up to know, well, you know, I'm gonna be there for her and The cycle continues. Another single mom. And notice this. Nobody's talking about where the boy at. Who did it? Nobody's talking about him. Where the bruh at? Where bruh? Who the baby daddy? For all you know, it's a grown-ass man. Nobody's talking about this. Come on now. Who did it? Who impregnate this 15, 16-year-old? Who did it? Everybody congratulating everybody, but who did it? And why nobody's pushing for bruh man to step up to the plate? Cycle continue. Another young lady destroys her life. That's where we at right now. Yeah, but what if that happens to your daughter? I don't care. Do y'all not understand what I just said? These young girls are making choices. And rather than parents stand on their square and say, look, young lady, you went out there, it's time for you to do the time. No different than if you have a son. Your son decide he want to go join a gang. He commit a crime. Now he going to prison. What do you want me to do? You want me to feel like it's my fault that my son went out there and committed a crime? No, I'm going to tell him, bruh, it's time for you to do the time. I don't got nothing to do with that. You made a choice, young man. So why are we babying these girls, though? Nah, she on her own, fam. It's time for her to grow up. Remember when she was in that video going ham on her dad? I was like, yo, that's out of pocket. Who recording that video? Who making her talk like that? Because that's going to come back and bite her. A seed is a seed. Whatever a man sow, that's what he's going to reap. Either male or female, it doesn't matter. And now she's paying the price. People calling this a blessing. No, this is a curse. What are y'all talking about? Y'all tripping. Listen, having a child under the confines of marriage between a man and a woman who love one another and actually desire to have a child, that's a blessing. But when a young lady, 15, 16, have a baby and the man is nowhere to be found, that is not a blessing. It's not a blessing. That's a curse. And it's nothing to be proud of. I didn't watch this video by LaTruth, but I'm hoping that he stand his ground. Because based on what I'm seeing, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. And this is why we got to address this issue. Because again, I'm reading these posts. And these posts, it is very clear that the mother of this young lady is taking shots at him by saying, take the job that fits your kid's schedule. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to say. You're basically saying that a man is supposed to be up under his daughter, and the reason why this is happening is because he's not there? That's BS. So let me get this straight to all the single mothers out there. To all you single mothers out there that got a pile of kids, pile of baby daddies, you mean to tell me the reason why you got pregnant with all them kids, all those baby daddies, is because your father wasn't there? No, you open your legs because you wanted some D. Your legs was open because you wanted some D, period. It's not because your father wasn't there. That's a cop-out. Because if your mom was there, explain to me how this happened if Mom Duke was there. Come on. Come on. If mom is there, shouldn't mom have give the daughter the game and say, look, baby, you don't want to be out here with these ninjas, X, Y, and Z, whoopity whoop. So where was mom? Who the daughter was with the most? Because whoever she's with the most got the most influence. Now, I'm not blaming mom, but now if you're trying to blame the pops, if any of you women are holding the dad accountable by saying, yo, it's your fault why this happened. No, it's not. It's neither the dad's fault or the mom's fault or his ex-baby mama fault or whoever that woman is. It's the daughter's fault. She's of age. She made her choice. Live or die, make your choice. Do you understand? She know what she's doing. Now she got to eat that. And this is why I'm saying, as a father, tough love got to kick in now. Because this is baby number 1. There's going to be a baby number 2. Mark my words. Mark my words. Next 2 years, there will be another baby. I've seen this happen so many times. I've seen so many young ladies throw their life away, bringing in a bunch of babies out of wedlock. And the boy or the man, because for all you know, some man done dealt with this man's daughter, and he just up on out of there. Nobody's questioning who he is. Nobody's saying nothing. Everybody's busy saying, congratulations. No, let's go look for the dude that impregnate this young girl. How about we do that? How about the men, let's go look for who dude is and hold him accountable. See, this is why I'm saying, it's like, I don't know what kind of culture is this where everybody blaming everybody. How about we just go get the baby daddy, who he is, so we can hold him accountable? Like back in the day, you used to have what is known as a shotgun wedding. Okay, let's get the shotgun. Let's go out there and let's go find the baby daddy. How about that? Rather than blaming LaTruth and saying, oh, it's your fault. Because I'm seeing videos where you got women saying, well, he wasn't there for his daughter. Well, how the fuck you know that? How you know he ain't give his daughter the game? Because he probably gave his daughter the game already. This is what I'm saying. You can't really blame the mom or the dad. You can't. Because as a father, of course he's going to love his daughter. But at the same time, you got to hold her accountable too. Can't baby her on this one. Once you get pregnant, you a grown woman now. You ain't no little girl no more. You a grown woman now. That's right. That's right. No different than if you a boy. You want to go out there and sleep around with young girls. You want to grow a little hair on your face. Okay, you a man now. Time for you to go get a fucking job, bro. You talking about you want clothes, you want sneakers. Nah, fam. It's time for you to go work. Time for you to go get that job. I'm not buying you nothing, bro. Nothing. I don't care. You're not getting nothing from me, bro. You're going to learn the hard way. And for too long, we too easy on these kids, bro. No. Especially if you got some bread. If you a dude and you got money, don't you spoil these kids, bro. Because a lot of these, listen, my elder daughter is 15. And I'm going to tell you something about these 15-year-olds. These 15-year-olds are so spoiled rotten. They're spoiled rotten. They're so entitled. They believe that you're supposed to buy them everything. They believe they're supposed to get what they want, and you can't say no. And if you say no, they're upset. This is the culture we live in right now. And I'm talking about all these youngins. They're entitled. So the way you deal with them, you got to have extreme tough love. You understand? She pregnant. She taking care of that baby by herself. It's time for her to grow up. It's time for her to grow up. I tell my elder daughter right now, you ain't getting nothing else. Straight up. I tell her, I'm not doing nothing more. Nothing more. For example, I got her the latest iPhone. The latest iPhone. I told her, that's the last phone you're ever getting from me. That's it. Nothing more. Tough love. That's the last phone you ever getting in your life from me. Why? Because she got to understand responsibility. And now this man's daughter is pregnant. Everybody going to be giving her baby showers, buying her strollers, gifts, cribs. And she's not even nobody's wife. Whole future destroyed. She's still in school. I mean, this is a mess. It's a big mess. And it can happen to anybody's daughter. But the thing that I'm trying to focus on here is you cannot blame the father and you can't blame the mother. And if the mother is trying to blame the father, or if any of his exes are blaming him, they would be hypocrites. Because who she's around the most? Women. So if she's around the mother, if she's around the stepmom, if she's around any of the exes, where the majority of her influence come from? From these women. So if these women understand the game, if these women were single mothers, if these women got pregnant out of wedlock, if these women made all the mistakes, then it's the responsibility of women to give her the game, the ultimate game, so that she don't go down that path. Because I'm seeing videos where women are saying stuff like, oh, she was in search of her father's love. No, she was in search of some D, period. Because all of these youngins be on their little cell phones, watching porn, watching this, other people sending them pics. Let me tell you something. The cell phone is the most dangerous invention in today's day for these youngins because they do all their dirt right on that phone. They watch things, they fantasize about stuff. So his daughter was out there looking for D. That's what she was doing. She wasn't looking for her father's love. We got to stop playing these little games because a lot of times fathers are being thrown under the bus anytime their children does something wrong. And this is more proof that everybody in the community know that the daughter messed up her life. Why y'all congratulating this? Why y'all blaming LaTruth by saying it's his fault? Obviously, y'all not happy with what happened to his daughter. But nobody's blaming the mom. If you're going to blame him, blame the mom too. If you're going to blame him, be fair. Blame the mom too. Blame all of those that hid the pregnancy. Because based on what I'm hearing, she's more than 6 months pregnant or something along them lines. I don't know how true that is, but that's crazy. You know? That's absolutely crazy. Why in the world would anybody hide? Why would anybody hide a pregnancy? And then blame the daddy when he have no idea what's going on. So that means the women hid the pregnancy from the father. So who's at fault? Who's at fault? Because if he didn't know all this time and the women knew, then that's dirty. That means they did him dirty. You know? Listen, I don't care about none of them ex-women of his, fam. That's his problem. He got with that woman, bro, at the end of the day. Any of you dudes that get with single moms, bro, I don't know, man. You guys, that's your problem. Deal with the drama that come with it. You want to get into them relationships? Okay, cool. That's your problem. I don't care. You chose, listen, guys, if you choose a woman that is doing you dirty right now, that's your fucking problem, bro. That's your problem. You signed up for that. You signed up for that. Nobody did that to you. You signed up. That's the woman you chose, bro. If I'm with a woman and she's doing me dirty, I gotta hold that L. That's my fault. I gotta own up. I gotta say, yo, you know what? I got a baby mama from hell. Cool. It is what it is. Oh, my baby mama online doing me dirty? You know what? Hey, I made that choice. You know what I'm saying? That's my crazy baby mama. It is what it is. Can't talk no real dirt about her because, hey, I chose her. That's my crazy baby mama. So I'm going to just hold the L, respect the game, and recognize, hey, I got to make better decisions as a man with the kind of women I deal with. You know? But women are blaming LaTruth, saying it's his fault. No. I got 4 daughters. If they want to grow up to be 304s and say, you know what, I'm going to go outside and get some D because, you know what I'm saying, I'm feeling myself now, grow a little breast, boom, 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 and they go get pregnant, they on their own. I'm not going to come in talking about, well, you know, I'm going to be a granddad, and I'm not doing that, fam. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, fam. I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. Because that young lady don't realize what she just did to herself. And all of you ladies that are co-signing her, congratulating her, y'all welcoming her in to a life of misery. And you know that. That's sad. Y'all know the struggle you going through, raising all them kids by yourself. But you making her believe she's doing an awesome job. No. Where's the shame? Like, come on now. I'm seeing grown women saying, oh, she's going to make a wonderful mother. I'm like, nobody's asking who the father is. Nobody's questioning where the baby daddy out. Who did this? How old is the gentleman? Nobody's asking these questions. So the cycle continues. The cycle continues, fam. Anyway, let me get back to this these messages here before we get into this reaction, fam. So she took a shot at him, basically telling him, take the job that fits your kid's schedule because it's better to be a part of the memory rather than hearing the story after. That's so disrespectful because she's doing this in the public, taking shots at the man as if though him hearing about the news now is because he wasn't in his daughter's life. That's basically what she's doing, right? Here's another one. Before you go online giving advice, be a father first instead of worrying about your image. Again, another disrespectful post from the mom towards the dad by saying, before you come online giving people advice, right? Be a father first. Disrespecting him online, right? Instead of worrying about your image. Why? Because she knows that him being a social media influencer is not going to look good when your 15, 16-year-old pop up pregnant. It's just not looking good. But see, even if she might feel that way, that doesn't mean I would feel any type of way. I'm just being honest with you. Like me personally, and I told you already, any of my daughters turn up pregnant out of wedlock, single mom, whatever the case is, that have nothing to do with me. The Bible says to train up a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they will not depart from it. Do you see that? That's not a guarantee, because we all make choices. So if your daughter or your son decide to go out there, because what if your son go out there and get 2 other sisters pregnant and he's 16, 17 years old? Then what? Do he get a pass? Do he get like a special pass because he's a young man? So if you're a 15-year-old boy impregnate a 14-year-old girl, do he get a special pass? Like, it's okay. But the 15-year-old, we make a big deal. I'm trying to see which one it is. Is there a double standard here? Because the way I see it is, once they make these choices, they're on their own. Now you're an adult now. So we're not supposed to baby them. You understand what I mean? So if any of my girls decide they want to go be a 304, they're now on their own. You can't look at me and say, well, Ringo, you shouldn't be giving anybody advice because How could you give advice and your daughter is pregnant out of wedlock? What that have to do with me? What that have to do with me? What that have to do with my advice for people? In life, you make choices. Do you understand me? So if a young girl, a young lady, because once you're of a certain age, you're a young lady, not a young girl, a young lady. You got pregnant, you're a young lady. Do you understand me? So now, once she crossed that line, you got to now hold her accountable, which means, okay, now you're a mother. It's time for you to take care of these kids now. Oh, your education? Oh, who's watching the baby? You got to do that now. How you going to fend for your child? You got to figure it out. Because the man, whoever was dealing with you, he gone. Nobody don't even know who he is. Why he not in the picture? Why nobody's talking about that? Do you see the cycle of single motherhood continuing again? Another man impregnate another girl, and guess what? Nobody cares about the guy. The guy is always off the hook. And then these women cry online talking about men ain't ish. But y'all congratulating this mess as if though it's some blessing when it's not. This is a curse. This is a generational curse that keep on going. With all the women that were influencing that young lady, nobody gave her the game. Nobody told her, this is what happens. Nobody told her, keep your legs closed. Nobody said a word, right? And also, when stories like this come on social media, don't waste your fucking time telling me about, yo, that's his daughter, you know what I'm saying? Bro, this is online. This is everybody's business. When something is online and your news and your family business is on the web, everybody's going to talk about that. So don't feel some type of way because I'm talking heavy. I'm a fucking father, bro. I'm not one of these ninjas out here walking around with no kids, no responsibilities. They don't got to deal with the bullshit. I see what's going on. So when I'm speaking from a father's point of view. This woman was disrespecting this man, disrespecting him in her posts. Talking about before you get online giving advice, be a father first. That's disrespectful. You know what I mean? In other words, oh, you worrying about your public image rather than your daughter. Listen, I don't give a damn if she pregnant, bro. That have nothing to do with my image. She out there, she on her own now, fam. Life is tough. It is what it is. Now, check this out now. Watch how she switched up, fam. Because dude made a video on his YouTube, she now saying, oh, what's her name? Desharia, I'm not sure what her name is. Her dad, Robert, that video was everything. Stepping up, saying you going to be beside Desharia's through this. She need her parents for support. Now it's all hearts and candy now. You just finished disrespecting this man. Now because he made a YouTube video, you saw the video, and now you make another post trying to make it seem like now it meant everything. Now you were just dissing this dude. Guys, do you see the level of disrespect that women do towards these men? And you guys, y'all put up with this type of stuff. Y'all literally putting up with this type of mess. She disrespected this dude in the beginning. And now that she saw his YouTube video, now all of a sudden it's hearts now. Now everybody's in love. No. I would have, listen, based on this post, this means that LaTruth basically, I guess, probably said, you know what? Let me come online and just kind of you know what I mean, say I'm going to be there for my kid and, you know what I mean, I'm going to do the right thing and step up to the plate. I'm not stepping up to nothing. That young lady going to learn the hard way. That's the same young lady that was on video basically, you know, saying that this man did all sorts of stuff to her. It's the same young lady that was disrespecting her father. Same one. Y'all don't see how karma come back, bro? So she's 16 or 15, because I don't know what I believe it's 16. Somebody said 17. I doubt she's 17. Can't be 17 that quick. So I would just assume probably 15 or 16 years old. But nonetheless, let's get into this tape, man. Let's get into these tapes so we can find out what's going on here, man, because these streets is getting crazy, man. These streets is getting crazy out here. And, you know, it's sad that this type of news just be online for everybody. And, you know, a lot of these women, they don't like him. So they're going to talk their ish because they don't like him. I don't see how anybody going to blame the father. You could never blame me if my daughter want to go out there and sleep around. You can't blame me for that. Can't blame me for that one. And a lot of times men get blamed. See, the thing is this. Men get blamed anytime the kids do bad. Mom get praised anytime the kids do well. Kid graduate high school, college, mom is up there taking all the photos. Nobody says anything about the dad. Nobody even invite the dad. Mom takes all the credit. Son go to the NBA, mom take the credit. Son get arrested, everybody's online saying father wasn't in his life. Daughter get pregnant out of wedlock, it's the daddy's fault. Y'all don't see the cycle? Anytime the children are doing bad, everybody blame daddy. Anytime the children are doing good, nobody praise the father. They praise mommy. Y'all don't notice that? Look throughout the black community, and this is what you see. Anytime the kids are doing well in school, mom take all the credit. She don't give nothing to the father. The minute the child is in a gang, that's when they want to call daddy. Daddy, you know your son? Yeah, he's in a gang. Now all of a sudden you want that father's love. Now you want that father discipline. But what about when y'all push the daddy away from the daughter? What about that? What about when all the drama was going on online between LaTruth and the other Miss LaTruth or whatever her name is? What about when that drama was going down? And they had the daughter on camera talking crazy about her own father. What about that? See? Nobody cares about it now. Let's review these tapes, man. Let's get into these tapes, find out what's happening here. Let's listen to the sister, hear what she got to say first, find out what's going on with that, and then we're going to listen to LaTruth's tape, hear what he got to say, and I'm going to share my opinions, my harsh criticism about what I'm seeing here, because the cycle needs to end. The cycle of single motherhood need to end, because it seemed like being a baby mama is the new standard in this culture. It's like you can almost expect that a woman is going to be a baby mama before she can even be a wife. It's almost to the point where it's like, this is how it's going to always be. Just baby mamas everywhere. Nobody having a real relationship. Just baby mama everywhere. Let's get to this, man. Let's go.
He didn't do something that he was supposed to do, but at the same time, I got a question for everybody. How in the hell can y'all sit up and blame Robert for my niece being pregnant? She hadn't wanted to be around my niece and my brother in months due to Miss Laonia turning my niece against my brother.
Yeah, remember?
And it's probably due to the fact of Miss Laonia been knowing Desharia was pregnant and did all of this herself. So they probably thought that Robert was going to make her get rid of it. So they kept it a secret for 6 months. Like, come on, make it make sense. Don't no man want their 15-year-old daughter pregnant. So of course it's going to hurt Robert, and Desharia know that because Robert loves his daughter. And he's still accepting everything that comes with this situation. But the point is, you got the messy ass baby mama, ex-wife, or whoever it is, congratulating, sharing posts. I guess want the world to know that Desharia is pregnant. I love Desharia. I'm gonna be there for Desharia.
That's pretty much what the sister had to say. This is crazy, man. This is a big mess. A reality show on social media. Let's hear what LaTruth have to say. But let's break this down first before we get to that tape. Let's break this down.
He didn't do something that he was supposed to do, but at the same time, I got a question for everybody. How in the hell can y'all sit up and blame Robert for my niece being pregnant?
How could you blame him? He didn't impregnate her. Some other dude did that nobody's talking about. Who was the guy that impregnated his daughter? Do anybody know? What's his name? Do the daughter even know who impregnated her? Do LaTruth's daughter know who impregnated her? Oh, she don't know, right? I know. She don't know. She don't know who impregnated her. You know why? She was in them streets. That's not her first rodeo. This is real talk, fam. Real talk. She don't know who the baby daddy is, bruh. How you don't know who the baby daddy is? Who the baby daddy is? Who impregnated this man's daughter? How you can get pregnant and don't know who the father is? Because you were dealing with multiple dudes, bruh. All of you ladies out there that got pregnant out of wedlock, talking about you don't know who the baby daddy is. You were messing around with multiple men in 1 month. Multiple. You were messing with multiple men. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Who the baby daddy? You'd be surprised who it might be, bro. It'll shock you sometimes on who the baby daddy is, bro. She was in them streets. Fam, if the daughter turned out to be a 304, there's nothing you could do about it, bro. That's why I say this all the time on my show, bro. Any of my daughters turn out to be a 304, want to go in them streets, get pregnant out of wedlock, do whatever she got to do, she's on her own. No different than a son that get out of pocket, he go to prison, serve time. You on your own, fam. Good luck. Got to do what I got to do, fam. You didn't want to follow my rule, you didn't want to follow my way, you on your own. Just that simple.
She hadn't wanted to be around my niece and my brother in months due to Miss LaOnya turning my niece against my brother.
Y'all remember the videos that we covered. You remember the daughter was on camera talking crazy about her pops, disrespecting him, falsely accusing him, putting out allegations against him, while the public believed everything. You see what I mean? Now look at her situation. Karma comes back, you know. And I told you in my streams when I did my videos about that, I said the daughter gonna get pregnant out of wedlock. I told y'all this. This is not new to me. I already told y'all this, man. Now we seen it come to pass.
And it's probably due to the fact of Miss LaOnya been knowing Desharia was pregnant. And
of course they knew she was pregnant. They knew she was pregnant, and they kept it under wraps because they wanted it to come out in the public to make him look bad, to blame him. They kept it to themselves. They didn't tell him from when she got pregnant. They kept it on the low because they wanted it to damage his public reputation, his image. It's like, here you are giving advice. Your daughter turned out pregnant. You weren't there for your daughter. That's the narrative they're going to try to paint to make him look like a bad father. That's what they normally do. See, black men that have always been true, they always be there for their kids. But we're not responsible for their choices. When they make choices to go out there and be grown, that's on them. And I think that as a father, when you have a kid that's rebellious, disrespectful, don't take heed to your wisdom. You gotta let them fly. Gotta let them suffer, fam. You gotta let them go through it, man. You gotta. It's the only way to save their soul. The only way that young 15, 16-year-old can be saved, LaTruth got to let her go through the fire. I don't care. You got to let her go through the fire. You got to let her go through. If you walk her through the fire, you're going to get burned, bro. You got to let her go through that fire alone. No different than if you have a son and he get out of pocket. You got to go let him do the time. If the streets are looking for your son, he out there in gangs, robbing and stealing, rather than him come to his pops, figure out how to get the bag, he out there sticking people up. Okay, now the ops is coming for your son. At that point, you can't get up in there and talking about, well, you know, I love my son and, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to make sure I walk around with him with the burner because, you know what I'm saying, anybody comes to my son, you know, it's on sight. Bro, you going to get taken out. These youngins will take you out, bro. Y'all remember the story with the young girl and I think the stepdaddy. Is this stepdaddy? I think it's the stepdaddy. Got involved because the boyfriend did something and he got killed right outside in the streets. Y'all remember that story? Y'all remember that situation? He thought he was trying to protect the girl because she had some issues with the boyfriend. And he confronted the boyfriend outside and the boyfriend ended up killing him. Y'all remember that? That's what happens when you get involved in their affairs. That's what happened when you get involved.
Did all of this herself, so they probably thought that Robert was going to make her get rid of it, so they kept it a secret for 6 months.
No, it's not that he would have told her to get rid of it. Under those circumstances, he would have to use wisdom. He would have to really think about the situation, be like, okay, it is what it is. You pregnant. Who's the father? Because if he would have caught this early, I believe he would have been able to figure out who did this, who got my daughter pregnant, so we could hold this guy accountable. Somebody got to pay for this. Somebody got to pay for this one. Y'all got to break the cycle some way. The dude who impregnated his daughter is supposed to take her as a wife. Fuck that. Shotgun wedding. We're going to pull up. You taking her as a wife, bruh. That's right. We're going to arrange this. And you ain't going nowhere. Or we're going to deal with you. You're going to be there. You're going to be a father, bruh. Matter of fact, we're going to put your ass to work. We're going to help you to get a job. Yeah, you're going to be a man, bro. That's right. So that's the first responsibility, is finding out who did this. So if they would have came to Robert and say, yo, your daughter pregnant. I know you probably upset. I know it's not good news. Nobody want to hear that 15, 14-year-old daughter's pregnant. You know, that's not good news. That's not like, oh, I'm happy. I'm going to be a fucking granddad. Fuck that. It's too early to be a granddad. You know what I'm saying? So we need to find out who did this. So I'm going to question the daughter like, okay, who you were with? Well, I don't know who got me pregnant. So you was a 304. So everybody was basically tapping that thing. Because if you got pregnant by one guy, you should know who it is. Right? You're supposed to know who it is. So all I'm saying is you cannot blame the father for the daughter getting pregnant. It's not his fault. But he need to show her tough love. Can't pamper her in this one, man. Doesn't matter how much you love your kid. You gotta deal with this thing accordingly. Don't let social media make you feel like you gotta say the politically correct thing. No. Even if it mean offending your audience, you gotta tell them, look, she went out there, she did what she did, she on her own now. She gotta raise this baby now. She need to go find who that man is, put his tail on child support, whatever the case is. Dude need to be held accountable. Nobody's talking about this. I don't even hear nobody's talking about who impregnated her. Nobody's talking about it.
Like, come on, make it make sense. Don't no man want their 15-year-old daughter pregnant.
No
so
man.
Of course it's gonna hurt Robert, and Desharia know that because Robert loves his daughter.
He's gonna be disappointed. There's no way you could tell me that dude is happy. He ain't happy about that shit. How you happy? How you happy? There's nothing to be happy about, bro. That ought to make you pissed. Your daughter, whom you love, pregnant out of wedlock. That's not no happy moment. That ought to make you be vexed. But at the same time, as a father, no matter how much love you got for your kid, I love my girls. But at the end of the day, I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what I got to do, fam. That's the only way they're going to learn. The only way, listen, the only way Robert can save his daughter is he got to let her fly, bro. He got to let her deal with this issue, bro. That's the only way. If not, single mom for life, bro. Next 2 years, you're going to see me on camera talking about the next pregnancy. I'm going to be right here waiting. That's why I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there for you now. Next 2 years, you're going to see me doing this video. Next 2 years, fam. If nobody get in that girl's ear to give her the game and let her know, look, the buck stops here, the cycle ends here. If nobody get to her and give her that tough love, next 2 years, pregnant again. By the time she's 25, 3 kids out of wedlock. Nobody gonna take that girl to be a wife. But then again, the cycle gonna continue. There's gonna be another stepdaddy that's gonna step in the way. There's gonna be a stepdaddy that's gonna step up to the plate. And then she's gonna leave him. The cycle gonna continue all over again. I'm telling you. I know what I'm talking about. We always make our daughters never responsible for what they do. You got to be tough on them the same way you would with a boy. You got to be tough on your daughters too. Even if you don't feel it's good, you got to have that level of discipline. That's the discipline. Just like in the movie Heat, when Robert De Niro told Al Pacino, when you sense the heat around the corner, even if you got a relationship or you have like some woman that you're in love with or whatever the case is, when you sense that heat, you got to make that decision to just walk away. You got to walk away from this one. You got to walk away. You got to let her fend for herself. You got to do it. That's the only way. If you don't do it, you're going to foot the bill, which means LaTruth going to be the one buying everything, spoiling the kid, spoiling the child. So the daughter going to get spoiled and then the baby going to get spoiled, because that normally happens when the cycle happens like this. He's going to end up spoiling the grandchild, giving them the world, buying them everything. And then that child going to end up disappointing him. And his daughter going to end up disappointing him again because she's going to get pregnant out of wedlock again. Same cycle going to be there again. Another baby shower, more gifts, more hearts and candy. She never learned her lesson. And the thing about this is all the single mothers on social media, rather than y'all, let this young lady know that she made a life-altering decision that can set her back for life. Rather than you ladies give her the truth, instead you're lying to her, making her feel that she's doing a great job. All because you ruined your life. You want to see her life get ruined too. And that's exactly what's happening here.
And he's still accepting everything that comes with this situation. But the point is, you got the messy ass baby mama, ex-wife, or whoever it is, congratulating, sharing posts. I guess want the world to know that Deshary's pregnant. I love Desharia. I'm gonna be there for Desharia. Any child that she.
See, even the sister said she's gonna be there for her. So it's Desharia. That's the proper pronunciation of her name, Desharia. She said she's gonna be there for her too. Do you see how she's already done spoiled? What are you being there for? She pregnant, let her deal with it. Let her deal with it. Is that so hard to do? But no, y'all not gonna do that. Y'all gonna finance everything, put her in her own place. Y'all gonna give her the world. There's no reason for her to change because everybody gonna be there for her. Nope, I'm not doing that, fam. I'm not trying to be there for anything. Right? So let's listen to this tape with LaTruth. Let's watch what he got to say. And it's crazy that he have to come out and do this because if you think about it, he's doing this because people on social media is talking a lot of mess. And again, this can happen to anybody. So it's not like it's only him. This can happen to any of you that got kids.
Let me fix my camera, y'all. Fix my camera. I got 2 lives going on. YouTube as well, and Facebook. Wait till more people come in here, man. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been keeping me and my family in your prayers. Let me fix something. See all the congratulations in here, man.
See, I don't like that. I don't like to hear seeing all the congratulations in here. There's nothing to be congratulating. Daughter pregnant out of wedlock. That's nothing to congratulate. I would tell those people, don't be congratulating this. This is nothing to be congratulating. It's like y'all encouraging this dysfunction. Everybody that's congratulating are dysfunctional. And it's most likely women that are coming in there congratulating because they also had their kids all out of wedlock in their teen years. And this cycle is being normalized as normal. This is crazy. If I would see, if something like that happened to me and I see people congratulating me, I'm going to be disappointed. That's nothing to be proud of. That's nothing to be happy about. Your daughter pregnant out of wedlock by a ninja and people congratulating? Nah.
This one is one of those, it's a little bit more difficult to speak on or to really talk about. I just wanted to bring this to your attention because I know a lot of y'all, it's a lot of grandparents on my live, it's a lot of mothers, it's a lot of fathers. And these things.
Pray for them. No prayers, nothing. You don't need to pray for anything. People be getting religious. You know what I mean? You don't pray for what? What are we praying for? Daughter pregnant out of wedlock. What the fuck what we praying for? Praying for what? What are we praying for? You said pray for them. No congratulations. Tell them to pray for the family. Pray for what? There's nothing to pray for. Prayer is preventative maintenance. I don't think anybody understands. Prayer is preventative maintenance. You don't pray when you get in trouble. You pray before you get in trouble. You pray before the famine. You pray before the storm. You don't pray when trouble show up. It's too late. The trouble is there. The pregnancy is there. These prayers should have been there before she got pregnant. I'm not praying and I'm not giving no congrats. You got to deal with this thing like adults. That's why I said, as a father, my opinion, daughter's on her own. She gonna fend for herself. Because these youngins be on these social medias flexing, using filters, trying to make themselves look hot for other men. And then when they get turned out and pregnant, now all of a sudden we coming in as parents to bail them out? Nah, it's not happening.
Things you could never really be prepared for, per se, like mentally, when it comes to your children. First and foremost, I do want to say this to my beautiful daughter, Desharia. I love you with everything in my heart, just as well as Amora. I love both of y'all more than anything in this world. But this is a difficult thing to talk about in front of all of these different people.
See, that's the problem right there. Discussing your business, your family, in front of all these ninjas. That's the problem right there. That's the problem. Because it's not even supposed to be talked about. But being that you put it on social media, people go and talk about it. And I'm not talking about it just because it's there. I'm talking about it because it affects people. You got people that are really going through this. You got men that are going through this, and they're being blamed for the decisions of their kids. Like, how am I getting blamed for this? This has nothing to do with me. But see, we live in a time now where everybody wants the world to see and hear about all their business. That's like if you're going through a breakup, your breakup is online for the world. It's for entertainment. And the thing is, half of the people watching don't even care about you. They're just being entertained. Matter of fact, people love to hear dirt about your family. They don't want to hear nothing good, nothing positive. They just want to hear the dirt. Ooh, his daughter's pregnant. Ooh, yes, it's his fault. That's what they're going to say. You know? It's not the parents' fault. How could the parents be blamed for your choice? If you're a child, a young 15-year-old, because I can't call you a child, you're not. Young 15-year-old, 16-year-old, and you decide you want to go out there and smoke weed and get some D. You made a choice. That has nothing to do with your parents. If you're in school getting your back blown out in the bathroom, that's your choice. That's not your daddy's fault. That's not your mama's fault. We got to stop playing this back and forth blame game and hold these youngins accountable for their actions. And the only way you're going to be able to save them and break this cycle is you have to let them fend for themselves. You got to tell them what they did wrong, let them know your disapproval, let them know you're not happy about what they did, and stop celebrating it. I'm not celebrating this pregnancy. I'm not celebrating none of this stuff. Yes, you're my daughter, but I'm not celebrating this, and I'm not happy about this. I'm very disappointed in you. I'm very disappointed in the fact that you would go out there, make this decision that now set you back. That is what he's supposed to be telling his daughter. That's what he's supposed to be saying. But because of social media, sometimes a man may feel that he got to make the public not see him as a bad guy. But in his heart, he's not happy about this nonsense. There's no way you could tell me you happy about this. That's why he said it's difficult to talk about. You know? Come on, man. Let's get back to the tape.
You know, this is one of those situations where I would have loved to have been able to just speak about this amongst my child, obviously. This is something that I found out about 3 weeks ago.
He just found out about this 3 weeks ago. And probably the only reason why he's talking about it online is because they busy roasting him online. You got a lot of women making videos saying it's his fault. A lot of women going in, saying a bunch of reckless stuff. I'm like, all these women talking are all single mothers, multiple baby daddies, and they have the nerve to judge him by saying it's your fault. You weren't in your daughter's life. It's your fault. That's crazy.
And this is something I would never go to the public with. I would have never got on social media to talk about this or share this with anybody, because the opinions of people in this world can be very cruel.
And that's exactly what it is. Anytime your business is on social media, nobody really cares. I'm pretty sure he knows that already. As an influencer social media guy, you should know that when it comes to social media, people are going to be cruel and they're going to say some crazy things. Me, I'm speaking from the perspective of a father. You understand what I'm saying? That's why this kind of story make me feel obligated to have to share my thoughts, because your daughter getting pregnant out of wedlock, it's not something that you're proud of. It's not something to be happy about as a man. But at the same time, it is what it is. It's there. But let's not celebrate this thing. Let's not congrats. Let's not do none of that. Let's hold this young lady accountable for her decision. She went out there, she made a choice. Because if anybody celebrate this and don't make her feel that she did something wrong, then you just made her feel like she did something good. She's going to do it again. That's why I said next 2 years, you're going to see.
When it comes on these type of topics, I've been scrolling down social media, and I've been seeing so many different people's opinions on this topic of me being a grandfather, my daughter's mother being a grandmother, and my daughter being a mother. So to have to deal with so many opinions of this magnitude around the world, of people who do not know the situation.
They know the situation. It's not that they don't know the situation. The situation is on social media. Your daughter is pregnant. That's all they need to know. And now they're going to take that bit of information and they're going to run with it. And they're going to start to say it's your fault. Women always do that. They always blame the guy. It's your fault. Anytime there's something going wrong with the kid, it's the daddy's fault. He wasn't in the daughter's life. So once your business, your family is on social media, these are the things you're going to have to deal with. That comes with the territory. You understand? When you're online and your family business is out there, it is what it is. Hey, who cares what people are saying? The main objective here is, are you going to do your job by letting your daughter know she out of pocket? Or is this going to get brushed under the rug and you're going to feel like, hey, I'm feeling kind of happy. I'm going to be a granddad and, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to spoil the kid. And once you start thinking like that, you out of pocket too. Now we got to hold you accountable. Because you're supposed to be breaking the chain. You're supposed to be holding the daughter accountable right now, giving her that tough love. Tough love. There's certain things you can do, but at the same time, she got to do her job. It's time for her to grow up. She want to go and lay up with men? Okay, cool. It's time for you to be a grown woman now. So while all these ladies are congratulating her, y'all didn't tell her that how she gonna do her education now. Who's gonna watch the baby? LaTruth? So he gonna be watching the baby while she go to work? Who gonna watch the baby? How's she gonna complete her education? How's she gonna do her normal duties as a young lady. Now she got responsibilities now. See, none of y'all told her about she got to change diapers, breastfeed. That's if she breastfeed, because most of these youngins, they don't even know nothing about this. And one of you ladies is going to tell her go get that Infamil to feed this young baby some poison rather than the breast milk. Nobody's telling her about the challenges she's going to be facing.
These opinions can be very devilish, and this happens more than we all know in life at different ages. I just know that my little girl, Desharia, she has my blood in her, my DNA. She's strong just like me. She's talented. And I really feel that she's gonna be the best at anything that she does in life. I've had so many challenges throughout my life, from a kid all the way up.
We're not talking about you, bro. Don't do that. I see what you're doing. I don't like it. Don't do that. Don't talk about your challenges. You're a man. You never gave birth. Don't talk about your challenges. It's not about you. It's about the daughter right now. She's the one that's pregnant, not you. She's the one that's going to be dealing with challenges right now, because it's almost like, because what you went through, you're kind of accepting her going through what she's going through. So basically, she's not being held accountable. In other words, you made your mistakes and your choices. So now that she's doing hers, let's be a little light on her, because I know I did my dirt. I did what I did. That's what you're doing right now. You shouldn't be doing that. You're supposed to be holding her accountable, because it's almost like, you know, the public is watching, and you don't want them to look at you as a bad father. You already fall into the trap, because I told you, when it comes to social media, nobody gives a fuck about you. That's real talk. Nobody on social media really cares about you or your daughter, but you. People have opinions. They have advice. Some people might speak from the care of a parent, but nobody cares about your family more than you. So right now, it's almost like you're trying to make the public not see you as some sort of absentee father, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to paint you as a guy that wasn't there for your daughter, and this is why this happening. When that's not true, because I know I've seen videos where you always been there. So it's very clear you've been there for your kids. But one thing you cannot prevent is their choices. You can't stop that. You know, they go out there, they do stupid stuff. What am I going to do? You know? They made a choice. I keep telling these youngins, keep your legs closed. You ladies, y'all want to go out there to get some D, y'all get pregnant. These men don't. Men don't get pregnant, ladies. When you open them legs, you can get pregnant. You get pregnant, not a man. You're the one that's carrying that baby. You're the one that's going to be going through them contractions. You're the one that's going to be dealing with all the sleepless nights, baby crying. You can't go hang out with your friends when you got this baby to take care of now. They didn't tell you that part. Your friends didn't tell you that when you get that belly, now you're going to have back pain and you got to do this and you got to go back and forth to the hospital. You can't go out there and do all the girl things with your friends. That's over with now. Welcome to the real world. Oh yeah, you're now a woman now. Welcome to motherhood. She skipped the line of her teenage years right to motherhood. So where were all those women to give her the game, to let her know what's to come? They never told her the game because they wanted to see her destroy her life. And most women love doing that. They love watching the younger generation destroy their lives. And then they once they destroy their lives, these mothers blame the father. They can't wait till the daughter ruined her life to blame the daddy. Oh, because you didn't spend no time with her, that's why she out there pregnant. What? That's crazy. She been out there doing that dirt because she's influenced by the devil. She's influenced by the world. And this can happen to anybody's kid. This is a generational curse. This is not a blessing.
You know, losing my mother at an early age, losing my grandmother at a fairly early age. That's the woman who raised me. But I've been able to accomplish so many different things in my entire life, just as well as my little girl. I feel like she has that same exact capability in her to be strong and get through things. But
just canceled everything you just said out of the way. You might have been one that was able to defy the odds. She have not yet been proven. So you can't really say that she's going to excel in this and excel in that, because the only way that's possible is if she have help to do it. See, who was there to actually help you? See, if you ain't have no help and you were able to beat and defy the odds, become successful, overcome all your issues, then I could respect that. Because that means that you went through the fire by yourself. But now, if you got the resources that you can provide your daughter to get her through all of this, I don't respect that. Because that's the equivalent of a son that's in a gang, carrying around guns, doing dirt. And rather than you give him tough love, you buying him cars, giving him money, making sure he good, and he's still out there doing dirt, haven't even changed his ways. He go to prison, do a bid, you putting money on his commissary. You got this dude living good. Then when he come out, you celebrating. Bruh, that's not a victory. That's a L. The cycle is not broken yet. Because you carried them through. You didn't let them struggle. You got to let them struggle and go through it. It's tough. I get it. Your daughter, last thing you want to do is see her struggle. But you got to let her struggle. This is her rodeo. You got to let her struggle. You got to do it. You know? Let her figure it out. Why is it that as men, we got to figure it out, but when it comes to women, we want to walk them through the fire? But as men, our parents kicked us out the house, stopped buying us stuff. We had to figure out how to make money. But when it comes to girls, we don't want to do that. And you wondering why these women are becoming single mothers on their third and fourth and fifth child, 5 baby daddies later, still haven't learned her lesson. It's because they always have people bailing them out.
As my supporters, as my fans all across the world, I would really appreciate it if you didn't chime in your opinions.
No. You're on social media, bruh. You cannot tell nobody to not chime in their opinions when you're on social media. You're on social media. You can't do that. Once you come on social media and you're sharing your business, that you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to make that video. You didn't have to tell us nothing. You could have let the women that are talking ish about you, just let them run their mouth and not come on social media and kept it a stack and say, you know what? Yeah, they roasted me on social media, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this private between me and my daughter and just handle that between me and my family. You could have did that. But you didn't do that. You could have ignored everybody that's talking online and say, you know what? I'm not making not one video of me addressing this situation. I'm going to keep this in the family between me and my daughter, respectfully. But no, you didn't do that. You wanted to come into public because you wanted the public to see you. So if you did that, then you have to welcome everything that comes with it. I'm talking about every piece of criticism, everybody that's talking, whether it's positive, negative, you got to welcome everything that's coming your way. Why? Because you wanted people to know. You know? So you cannot plea that type of deal of people keeping their opinions to themselves. And no. This is news. If you are an influencer, a social media guy, people are going to talk about this one. They're going to talk about this one, fam.
On my flesh and blood, on anybody close to me, my children. These type of things right here are hard on everybody. The parents, the child. Mental health is serious.
Now we're talking about mental health. Why are we talking about what? What is it with our people in this mental health business? Why is everybody acting like we all crazy? Like something wrong with us? Like we're all sick? I'm tired of hearing about mental health. Literally, I'm really tired of hearing about this because it's like we're finding an excuse. Okay, I'm acting this way, mental health issues. Oh, she got pregnant out of wedlock, mental health issues. Stop. We got to stop that. We're acting like someone else is to blame or something else is to blame for why we are the way we are when we're making choices out here.
So some of the things that people are saying is hurtful. I don't want my little girl to have to read these hurtful comments.
Wait a minute. You don't want your girl to have to read these comments, but she's on social media. She has a TikTok. She has an Instagram. She's using filters. I did my research. Your girl is doing that. Your girl is on social media, and people are in her comments congratulating her on being a single mom. And you're saying you don't want your girl to read the negative, judgmental comments from others. Sir, you don't think that that's a little out of pocket? It don't seem as if though you really taking personal accountability for this one. Because, of course, no father want their kid seeing negative comments, but this is social media. She put herself out there. She's the one who put out her belly on social media. So she want people to talk about her. So as a father, you got to say to yourself, this comes with the territory. She's going to read these things. This is her judgment. This is the same young lady that was disrespecting you. The same one. This is the same young lady that was on video dragging you. And you're saying you don't want to see her read other people's negative comments? I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on in today's day, fam. I'm cut from a different cloth, fam. Seriously. Because it sounds like he's just basically not holding her accountable. You know? And she's going to keep doing this as long as if he's not going to stand up and say enough is enough, he's supposed to be like, look, the public is going to come after you. They're going to say all manner of stuff. And at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is. I can't protect you with all of that. You open that door. That's what he's supposed to be telling his daughter. You open that door. You open that door. I can't stop what's coming. So you can't tell the public this and that. You can't do that.
And again, we know as parents, kids gonna do what kids are gonna do. Kids are gonna be kids. Grown people are gonna be grown people. All we can do is guide our kids in this world. We can tell our kids right from wrong, and we can try to put them on a timeline of when they should do certain things. But when it comes to parenthood, we know what is involved and what causes us to have kids. All of us as adults, we know it starts. A lot of us started when we were younger. I would love to see how many of you women out here on this platform right now that's on my timeline who had a child at a young age, before you became an adult, before you graduated high school. I would love to know all of you guys that had a kid at that early age. And first and foremost, I want to say that, you know, being a mother and being a father is definitely a blessing. It's a lot.
Being a mother and a father, having a kid is a blessing. In what context? The context of your daughter's situation, it's not a blessing, that's a curse. There's no way to put it. It's a curse. This whole situation is not a blessing. You know? You were talking about, you know, how other women had kids when they were younger, and it's like you're normalizing this problem. You're talking about the dysfunction. You're talking about the generational curse. Because you got a lot of women that are judging you and your daughter, but those are all single mothers. I can guarantee you, all of the women that are talking crap about you, all of them are single mothers. Every last one. And most of them don't even know who their baby daddy is. And they're happy to know that your daughter is now pregnant out of wedlock.
People out here who cannot become mothers and fathers. And my prayers go out to all of those people who want to be mothers and fathers that are not allowed to be mothers and fathers because they have certain complications or certain problems that don't allow them to be that. Let's just first and foremost say that having a kid is a blessing. A blessing in the right context. Because a woman can get violated and get pregnant. That is not a blessing. Right? A woman can get with a man that she thought was going to be true to her, get her pregnant, and then he leave. That's not a blessing. So what context are we talking about? Being old enough or living long enough to become a grandfather and a grandmother is also a blessing.
See, now it's like you're saying that by you being at the age you're at and your daughter getting pregnant is a blessing for you. Again, I'm wanting to hear him take authority over this situation like a man and put his foot down. Who cares about what the public think? Because the public don't care about you. I told you already, this is social media. Half the people that watch me don't even care about me, fam. I could be dying and they don't care about me. Most people can't wait for me to fall so they can feel good about themselves. So trying to prove anything to the public is a waste of time. It's all entertainment for them at the end of the day.
I made a post about this a couple of days ago where I was talking about being grandmothers and grandfathers and stuff like that, being blessed to be that. And I talked about my mother. She passed away at 33 years old, and she has a lot of beautiful grandchildren that she was never able to meet. She was 33. And I'm sure my mother would have been the best grandmother in the world. But she didn't get a chance to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? She didn't get a chance to become a grandmother. She had 5 beautiful children who have all had children. And, you know, I'm sure me and all of my siblings wish she was here to be able to spend time with her grandkids as well. But God willing, I'll be able to spend time with my grandchildren.
Nice story. Very sentimental. I understand. I lost my mom to cancer. Last time she seen my daughters was when they were small. She don't know what they look like right now. Wonderful story. At the same time, none of that have anything to do with what's going on right now with your daughter. Because it's almost like you're saying, well, your mom didn't get a chance to see this and see that, but you do. So you're going to try to spend as much time, and that mean that you're not taking responsibility. That mean you're not correcting the wrong. You're just kind of accepting it. You're supposed to hold the daughter accountable. Supposed to let her know her fault. And this is why I said 2 years from now, she's going to be pregnant again. Are you prepared for that? Because again, if you don't do something right now to save her, she's going to be on that path for the rest of her life. There's nothing you can do about it after that. You got to do something about that situation. Because I know I would. You know what I mean? And I don't care. I have the I don't care attitude. Because I'm cut from a different cloth. I had to struggle. I had to fight to get my way through. Nobody was there. I was thrown in the fire. Had to figure it out. These youngins today, it's like nobody make them figure it out. And you wondering why they can't survive. Wondering why these boys want to wear dresses now. You wondering why these girls always dependent on some this and that and everybody bail them out. Because nobody making them struggle. She made a decision to get pregnant. Did you find out who the baby daddy is? Did you go to her and sit her down and say, okay, cool. You pregnant, it is what it is. Who's the father? Does she know who he is? Did you find out that information? I don't think you did. If you didn't do that, you didn't do your job. Because that should have been your first priority, is to make sure that the man who did this is held accountable. That way, she's not there alone raising this baby, but the young man or older man is being responsible for this child too. You're supposed to take your resources rather than pampering and spoiling your daughter with gifts and baby cribs and strollers, because you're going to do that. I can see that coming. Use those resources to find out who that ninja is that impregnated your daughter. Hold him accountable, which means he got to work, he got to provide. If he don't want to deal with your daughter, meaning he don't want to make her a wife or whatever the case is, okay, cool. But his ass is going to be paying for the next 20 years. You see what I'm saying? We're going to hold him accountable. He ain't going to run from that. See, that's where you kick in. See what I'm saying? but you got to do your job. So now if the daughter don't want to tell you who the baby daddy is, then you wash your hands. You did your part. But right now, you need to be knowing who that dude is. You'll be shocked who it is. Sometimes you don't even want to know because it's like, man, you never know. You never know who impregnated your daughter. It could be somebody real close. Real close. And people do this a lot in the black community. They always want to give the daughters an easy way out.
One day in this life, God willing, again, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to become a grandmother and a grandfather. So I love my daughter.
Bruh, I think you're doing this for social media now. I would not be on camera doing this. I would not be on camera doing this because, number one, it's embarrassing. Your daughter pregnant out of wedlock. That's not a good look. That's embarrassing. At the same time, I would be online letting the public know she on her own. She's going to raise this baby. She's going to do what she got to do. And she's going to recognize the error of her way. I wouldn't be singing this. It's a blessing. It's like you're doing this to make the public not look down on you. And that's why I'm calling it what it is. That's what it is. You're not wanting the public to look down on you. It's not your fault that she got pregnant. But now it's your fault for not taking a responsibility on setting the order straight. You're supposed to regulate this shit straight like that. You are supposed to regulate this situation. Because them women ain't doing a damn thing. Them women are going to continue to congratulate her all the way down to the welfare office. This is where the father comes in. This is where the man in you step up to the plate and say enough is enough. Because all of those women that are in her ear is going to keep her gassed up. And they're going to keep her where she is. So it's up to you to set that order. Even if your daughter don't speak to you no more. You got to set that order. Don't worry about, if she don't let me see the grandson no more, the granddaughter no more, because that's exactly what's going through your mind right now. If I be too tough on her, she may not want me to see the grandkid. Fam, if she don't want you to see the grandkid, who cares? There'll be other grandkids. But you got to set that order. Because if you don't, who will? Because I don't care. She gonna learn the hard way or the highway. And on the highway, you're gonna get run over. So either way, you're gonna learn. Because her getting pregnant out of wedlock disgraced the family. Let's bring back that shame in the black community that's missing. Let's bring it back. Her getting pregnant out of wedlock brought shame to the house. So as embarrassing as this may be, let's stop making this thing out to be a great celebration, because it's not. I wouldn't be happy knowing that my daughter got pregnant out of wedlock. I'm on social media teaching this and teaching that, and I'm over here smiling, talking about congratulations, it's a blessing. This is not no blessing. No, it's not. A blessing is seeing your daughter grow up into a young lady, meet a young man who decided to marry her, she get pregnant, and have a beautiful family. That's a blessing. We are calling dysfunction blessings. That's dysfunction. And we got to stop. And I know my criticism is harsh. At the same time, it's needed. Because it takes tough love to regulate these youngins. If you don't do that, the streets is going to do it. And when the streets do it, there's no mercy, man. So as a parent, you see the bad decisions she's doing. You see the danger ahead. If this don't get regulated, she's going to continue down that path of single motherhood, bruh. Nobody's marrying her. Nobody. She's just gonna get used, fam. The same thing when I talk about these women in these streets, and I be telling these brothers about these baby mamas, and these women just want to be in the streets being a 304. They just gonna get used, bro. If my daughter want to go out there to get some D, destroy her life, she gonna get ran through, bro, and there's nothing I can do about it. Yo, Ringo, yo, that's your daughter, yo. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's my daughter. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. She made her choice. I can't do nothing about it. Do it look good? No, it don't. It don't look good. It's embarrassing. Your daughter's a 304, baby mama, out of wedlock, a pile of kids, but yet you over here doing X, Y, and Z, trying to reach the people with the truth. It looks crazy. I get it. But at the end of the day, she made her choice. She made her choice. But you have the opportunity to do something in the public eye that would make you stand out. And that is regulating the situation. Don't pamper the situation. Don't make this another speech of pandering towards the public so that they can like you, when deep down in your heart, you know this is fucked up. You know this is. That's why I'm speaking this real talk. Because there's nothing about this that would make me happy. I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed. But that young girl gonna learn her lesson. She's gonna learn her lesson. You gotta hold them accountable. Because if you don't do it, they're gonna do it again. They're gonna become a repeated offender.
And I'm gonna love my grandchild the same way I love my daughter. And I'm sure that my daughter is gonna be a great mother. I'm gonna be there with her every step of the way. And I just wanna thanks for all the support, the positive support that I've been getting. Like I said, I've been seeing a lot of stuff come down my timeline. So me and my daughter, Desharia, we have been speaking for a long time, even when you guys didn't know that me and my daughter was having conversations and talking and stuff like that. You guys didn't know about it. I don't feel that it's necessary for me to.
So you and your daughter been speaking all this time, so you knew about the pregnancy. Got to watch what you say, fam. You just said that you and your daughter been speaking all this time, even before. You see what you just said? So now it brings us into question. So did you know about this? Because if you and your daughter been speaking and y'all had this open relationship, how come she didn't tell you this beforehand? This is why I'm saying, you talking, but this is the court of public opinion. So now, if you and your daughter been talking and y'all have this relationship now, because that's what you're implying, that you and her been talking and y'all cool, how come she didn't tell you about this? Come on now. You would know. She would be comfortable to tell you. If this was hidden for 6 months, how could you and your daughter have been talking if this situation, based upon your sister, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but she said this may have been going on for 6 months, hidden from you. So what's really going on here? Were you really talking with her? Or are you just saying that for social media? Because if me and my daughter got a great relationship and she got pregnant out of wedlock, why would she hide something from me if we're talking? This is what happens when you're not regulating the situation. You go saying stuff that sounds politically correct for the internet, but it opens a can of worms, because it would look at this point that you knew she got pregnant and didn't want to say anything because it was so early. But now that it's getting to that point where she's going to eventually give birth, now you want to speak about it. So which one is it? Because if I'm speaking to my daughter and we got a great relationship, she's not going to hide anything from me. If she's hiding something from me, it's because she's most likely doing dirt, and she feel that if she say something, I'm going to get mad. So it's one of the other.
To my social media platforms and discuss everything with you guys. Again, I am an entertainer. I am in the light.
You could almost tell who don't have fathers in their lives. You could tell by the comments. You could tell by the comments who didn't have their fathers in their lives. Isn't that interesting? Someone who claimed they're a gem in the chat says, so would you rather him publicly degrade his daughter for making the mistake of getting pregnant? That's not a mistake. How is getting pregnant a mistake? So let me ask you a question, since you want to talk. Every man you slept with, did you make a mistake or did you make a choice? I want to know. A mistake is I pick up my phone to dial your number. Rather than dialing 209, I dialed 208. That's a mistake. I didn't intend on dialing 208, but I did. That's a mistake. I thought I was dialing 209, but when you are in the bed and your legs are in the air, that's not a mistake. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. When you are in bed, getting it in, you made a choice. But notice, because it's interesting with these comments, fam. It's really, really interesting. She said, so would you rather him publicly degrade his daughter? Notice what she just said, publicly degrade. So basically what she's saying is, me saying what I'm saying in terms of my commentary would mean publicly degrade his daughter. Do you see how they define that? Absolutely sick, bro. This is why none of these women have men in their lives. No daddies in their lives, fam. I promise you, they never had no father figures, bro. They never had no fathers that put them in their place, that set order. And this is why everything is screwed up. So would you rather him publicly degrade his daughter for making the mistake of getting pregnant? She never made a mistake of getting pregnant. She got fucked by a dude. Let's call it what it is. She made a choice. She wanted some D, and she wanted to feel what it's like. And that's exactly what she did. And most likely, that's not her first time. But because you ladies don't teach these young girls nothing, you allow them to go down that path. Because you don't say nothing. You don't tell them the truth. That's why you have guys like me that come out and I speak the real. Because y'all too emotional. Y'all don't stand on your square. You don't stand firm. You don't stand for nothing. That's why you fall for everything. She made a mistake of getting pregnant. Or maybe some other sources brought this to the internet without his permission. Maybe you need to pay attention in class because the so-called mother is on the internet talking about all their business. The daughter is on TikTok showing her belly with Halloween so-called drawings on her stomach. See, you don't know what's going on because you're too busy yapping at the mouth. We already showed you the details. We already showed you what's going on. We already brought out all the receipts. You see his daughter? She posts this, not the internet. You see what the mother did? The mother was taking shots at the father. The mother made these posts on Facebook. Yeah, that's right. The mother posts this after LaTruth made his video. So before you talk about, maybe the internet, how the internet is going to know all her business unless she put her damn business on the internet. Come on. Stop playing with me. I'm telling you, man. Guys, this is why you don't take these women serious, bro. Let's get back to the tapes, man.
A lot of people know me. They see my content. And because I'm in the light and have been in the light for over a decade, my kids are in the light as well. My daughter has been popular on social media for a long time. She's been on my social media since she was a baby. I've made skits with my daughter over the years, talking to her about these very things of, wait until you go to college, wait till you figure out what your career is going to be. All of that before actually interacting with boys. And it happened, you know what I'm saying? As y'all have seen the picture of her belly painted and stuff like that, you guys are aware of it. And I've been seeing so many blogs and everybody giving an opinion over it for the past couple of days. And it's hurtful to see so many people, again, giving negative opinions about my child.
How could that be hurtful? Why are you watching everybody? I wouldn't even care what people have to say. You're in the public eye, people are going to talk about it. There's nothing you can say about it. There's nothing you can do about that. If I put my business out there with my family and people begin to talk about it, I'm to blame for that. So the question needs to be asked, who put the information out there about your daughter? Did you do that? Did the mother of your daughter did it? Did your ex did it? Who did it? Because whoever did that, they're the one who put it out there. And the public is going to talk about it. What I'm looking from this video is him taking accountability and setting order. Because already you got women in the chat that feel that if he says something, that he's degrading his daughter. His daughter already been degraded. Listen, her going out there getting pregnant out of wedlock, she degraded herself. Already. She has already been defiled. I don't think put a 1 in the chat if you believe she already degraded herself. Because I don't understand people. They think that by LaTruth saying something against his daughter, that's degrading his daughter publicly when she already degraded herself publicly. This is crazy, man. Listen, she embarrassed the family. She embarrassed herself. She put herself out there. She already degraded herself. But see, the problem with a lot of women is they don't like when men speak. See, like how I'm talking, you got a lot of women in the clouds, they listen and they mad. They don't like my commentary because they know they're just like his daughter, or they was just like her, pregnant out of wedlock, dealing with a bunch of dudes and still single with a pile of kids and 3 baby daddies. Mad at the world. Rather than them give this young lady some information that can help her life, they rather congratulate this and shame men that speak on these issues. I guarantee you, all these women, they all got a pile of kids out of wedlock, all of them. Let's get back to the tapes.
And as human beings, all I can say to all of us, can we please be more positive towards one another?
That's not going to happen on social media. You know that already. Come on. This is social media. Ain't nobody going to be positive all day. People don't like positive. People love drama. People love bochinche. That's what they love. You know? People love the drama. Just yesterday, I was doing an educational video about YouTube. Only had about 60 or 80 people that was viewing. Now I'm talking about your situation. 464 people viewing. You see the difference? Why? People love drama. Period. They don't want to hear nothing positive. They want to hear drama.
Understand that if this was you going through this situation, if your kid was having a kid while she...
If this was my kid, I would be online regulating the situation. You understand? Because if it leaked on the internet, I'm not going to be on the internet talking about congratulations and I just can't wait to be a grandfather and all this other BS. When a ninja impregnated my daughter and I'm over here acting like I don't got a responsibility to set order so that she don't continue to go down that path. I mean, if she's 15, 16, and for whatever reason this situation happened and you're not doing nothing or saying anything to regulate the problem, then you got to hold this L, fam. Because what about when this happened again? What about 2 years from now when this happened again? Because it's going to happen again. Are you going to give another video to say, hey, you know, I just can't wait to be a granddad because my first grandbaby, I really love him. Are you going to do this again? Or are you going to talk about you would like to see your daughter become a wife rather than a baby mama? Because it's the same cycle all over again. So you got to stop the cycle. And you're not doing nothing to stop it. And I believe that the video is going to continue to go on with you just not taking that responsibility to say, look, let me do what I need to do. Let me say what I need to say. Because I can see it now. You're not going to do it. Because you want your female audience to look at you as this great dad. And I'm going to tell you straight up, fam, those women that are listening to you, they don't respect you. If you don't regulate this situation, they don't respect you. They'll act like they do. They'll act like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's nice of him to be there for his daughter. But deep down inside, they don't respect you because they were expecting you to be that dad they never had. That's what they're waiting for. They're expecting you to be the dad they never had. They want to hear you regulate this situation. But if you ain't doing that, they're like, dag, bro. He ain't do what he had to do.
Still a kid, you would never have to worry about me chiming into that and saying anything negative at all. You know, I'm mindful of that. And I'm the type of person I step inside of other people's shoes.
Just because you won't say something about somebody else's situation doesn't mean other people won't about you. There's a lot of things I won't do, but that doesn't mean people are going to feel the same way about me. Do you understand me? This is the internet. Everybody's talking. That's just the way it goes.
For everybody's that's sending prayers out, the congratulations, all of the positive things y'all been saying, I appreciate y'all that's there for me because I would definitely be there for you as well. But again, to my daughter, Desharia, I love you with everything in my heart.
You said that already. How many times are you going to say that? You're being repetitive in saying the same thing. As a father, you're supposed to love your daughter. You're doing this for the internet, bro. You're doing this for the internet. You're not doing this for your family. You're not doing this for your daughter, bro. I'm calling it what it is. I told you already. We're going to have harsh criticism. When I deal with topics, bro, I deal with topics with issues pertaining to women and men. And what I see you doing is you're doing what you're doing for the internet. You're not doing it from the heart. As a father, you're supposed to love your daughter. I don't need to say that over the internet to convince anybody. You're doing it for the internet.
I will be talking to you again on the phone, and I'm with you every step of the way. But to see that message that was on her belly on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? When it says the reason I distance myself away from my father, for y'all that have not been seeing my little girl around me like that, that was the reason why she's distanced herself from me.
So you just said a while ago that you've been talking with your daughter. That's what you said. You said you've been talking with her all this time, and now you're saying that she distanced herself from you. So she distanced herself from you because she was pregnant. So that means you weren't talking to her. That means you didn't visit her. Because how you didn't know she's pregnant? How you didn't know? So you didn't see that belly? This proved that you weren't around her. And your talking is only going to make the public speculate even more, because it's like, okay, if your ex or the baby mama didn't tell you, okay, cool. But how you didn't know if you were visiting your daughter? You see that? So now what it brings into question is, so you didn't see your daughter for 6 months? So you didn't see your daughter for 6 months? So you didn't, are you seeing where it's going? It's not looking good. This is why when I do this kind of content, I try to be as fair and balanced with my approach. You got your sister saying that, you know, they kept this from you and blah, blah, blah. How could they keep it from you if you have access to go see your daughter? Then that mean that if women on social media is saying you weren't there for your daughter, as bad as that might seem, could it be that there's some truth to what they're saying? I'm not saying that's what it is. At the same time, if you were not around your daughter for 6 months, that's a long time to not be around your kid. 3 months, you would have noticed some change on your daughter. You'd have been like, hold on now, something. You see where I'm going? You got to answer for that one, because now the public is going to question you based on your words. They're going to be like, hold up now. How you didn't know? So you weren't around your daughter for 4 or 5 months? That's a long time. Just talking on the phone ain't enough. You got to be face to face. And that's where these women are going to get you at. So even if you were there for your kid, the public is going to hold you to the fire because they're going to ask those questions. Now, think about this. I would have never known nothing if you didn't say nothing. You saying what you saying is opening up a can of worms. Because if you're around your daughter and you see her face to face, you would have known she's pregnant. You're a man. Any man that have gotten any woman pregnant before in the past can look at any woman and tell when they're pregnant. I could look at a woman that is pregnant and she's not fully showing, but I could look at her and know she's pregnant based off of my own experience. So if you got kids and you had women that were pregnant, you know when a woman is pregnant. You would have caught on to that right away. You would have saw the way your daughter was acting. She's feeling sickly. This is happening. Her appetite changed up. She want weird foods. This happened. You would have known right away. You would have known.
You are mothers. A lot of you are mothers on these platforms right now. You do know that, and I'm pretty sure, I'm well aware that if you guys were pregnant, you would not, the last person you would want to know about this is your dad.
Again, fam. The only way your daughter would not want to know or not want you to know is if you and her really don't have a tight relationship. Because if you and her are already cool, then she's going to come clean. If she have to hide it from you, she knows she disappointed you. She knows she did wrong. So why are we congratulating this thing like it's a blessing? Are you seeing that? That's more proof that your daughter know she did dirt. Because she know if you know, you're not going to be happy. So why is everybody congratulating this as if though it's something good when it's not? So
a lot of you would stay away from your dad because of that. You know, in my mind, just being a father, I had certain type of emotions, mixed feelings behind it, like wondering what would be the reason. And some of those thoughts popped into my head, but you know, obviously that's my baby girl, man. That's my world.
You see what I mean? That's my baby girl. That's my world and all this other stuff. And see, this is the See, let me explain something. What he's doing here is destroying his daughter. This is where a lot of you fathers fuck up. That right there is what's going to destroy your daughter, because you're saying that's my baby girl, that's my world, and she's fucking up. And rather than you step in and apply that masculine pressure to regulate the situation, instead, you're making her feel that it's okay because daddy loves me. So what is she going to do? She's going to go out there and do it again because nobody held her accountable. And this is where we have the cycle of women never taking responsibility for their actions. No accountability for their actions. If your own father won't hold you accountable, how the fuck could another man hold me accountable? And this is where it comes from. Because look, if dad can't hold his own daughter accountable, none of you guys can hold a daughter accountable. And this is why when you brothers get with certain women and you try to take them under your wing to show them the way, and you tell a sister, look, fam, I really feeling you and whatnot, but the way you moving, it's not kosher. And then she start getting her attitude. She never had a father in her life that regulated her, because if she did, she would recognize your authority as a man and she would respect that. But because she don't, it's because she never respected her daddy, bro. Real talk, real spit. Let's go.
A princess every time I see my daughter. So that ain't even something I even want to think about. But I don't know. I just feel like I wanted to come on here and speak to y'all, just human to human.
No, you wanted to come on because you know the public is talking. You know a lot of these women is throwing you under the bus, and you figure, hey, you know what? Let me come out from hiding. Let me start to talk, because at the same time, I don't want people to look at me bad. And I get that. At the same time, you have to take accountability and responsibility for the situation with your daughter. I don't care how anybody feel. You got to do and say what you need to say. That way, your daughter can be good. You got to do that at this point. It's up to you to set the order. If you don't set that order, she's never going to change. And she's going to go through life missing out opportunities, and it's because you didn't set that order. You're worried about how the public see you. You're worried about them looking at you like, oh, you shaming your daughter. You're degrading your daughter. You're embarrassing your daughter. Your daughter already did all the embarrassment. She already embarrassed herself. But women, because they already destroyed their lives, are making her feel good about what she did, as if though it's a good thing. It's not a good thing. Back in the day, it was very shameful. You understand what I'm saying? Parents would send their daughter to another state if they got pregnant out of wedlock, because they didn't want the community to see this. Seriously, they did this back in the days. I've seen people send their daughters away because they didn't want the community to know. It's too embarrassing. You know? And they did this to protect her name. Because if the public knew, man, what? So-and-so daughter got pregnant? The preacher daughter? The pastor's daughter? Say it ain't so. This is what they did.
To say thanks for all the love and the support. I've been seeing y'all calling me a grandpa for the past about a week now. I'm young, you know what I'm saying? And after going through cancer, I've been through a lot of battles the past 2 years, man. I went through stomach cancer, going through one of the most public, toxic divorces ever.
Public toxic divorces. You just said that you went through one of the most public toxic divorces ever. You just said that. You just said that you've been through one of the most toxic. Is that proud? Is that something to be proud of? Like, is that something to feel good about? Like,
my kids is always drug into the conversation. My brother has been in this conversation, my sister, my family. it's all being put out into the spotlight over things that has always happened in our world. Divorces have always happened. Pregnancies has always happened. Cancer, even going through my cancer battle. These things have always happened. It's a part of our communities every day.
Bruh, we get it. Stop talking about your cancer. Respectfully, stop talking about your cancer. Talk about the daughter. Talk about her decision. Stop talking about you. It's not about you. It's about the daughter. Stop talking about what was always a part of our community, like this dysfunction is a part of the community. Are y'all seeing what he's doing? Are y'all seeing what he's doing? He's basically saying becoming a single mom is a part of our community. That's basically what he's saying. Becoming a single mother, pregnant out of wedlock, pile of baby daddies, it's a part of our community, so let's all celebrate and accept this. That's what he's doing. Rather than saying this is not a part of our community, I don't support this. Yeah, she's pregnant, but she's going to learn the hard way. Because I'm disappointed. She knows better. He's not doing that. He's basically saying this is a part of our community.
So to see so many things being magnified at a higher clip during some of my toughest moments, and being a man, we're taught to not express ourselves. We can't really talk about the things that we go through.
I don't know who taught you that, fam. Where I come from, they taught us to express ourselves. I don't know about you. We were taught to express yourself. You feel angry, pain, anything, talk about it. Not hold it in and hide it.
We have to man up.
That's what I'm waiting for you to do right now. I'm waiting for you to man up and regulate this situation. Condemn the acts of your daughter. Condemn the acts. Don't say it's a mistake. Don't say it's a blessing. It's not a blessing. You got to make her understand this is not a blessing. This is not a blessing. You know? This is so sad, man. It's crazy how nobody's taking responsibility for this.
And that's what I've been doing through it all. I come on here, I smile. I still create content no matter what's going on in my life.
You come on and you're smiling, but deep side in your heart, you don't feel good, bro. In your heart, you don't feel good about this. Don't tell me you happy about this, bro, because you're not.
I still try to keep the fans engaged, and I still try to handle everything that I handle outside of being on social media, just being a father.
See, you're telling everybody your business. You're telling everybody what you're doing. Nobody cares on social media. They just want entertainment. That's what social media is for. Entertainment. You are supposed to be focusing on teaching your daughter the fundamentals of the choice she made, because it seems like she learning the hard way. So as a father, the only thing you need to be doing right now is letting her know how bad her decision was and the dangers and all of the issues that's going to come. That's what you're supposed to be talking about. She's 15, 16. She got her whole life ahead of her, and now she got to be changing diapers. And being that she's still of age, she still got to live at home. So the baby going to be up in the house with you. The baby going to be up in the house with either you or her mother. That's crazy.
Just being a man. So to everybody who's been sticking by me, I appreciate y'all, the ones that really stick behind me, genuinely. I love y'all all, and I wish you all nothing but the best.
Listen, fam. People that stick with you doesn't mean they're going to rock with what you're doing. A real person who rock with you is going to tell you the truth. they're not gonna just go with the flow. I would be a little concerned about everybody that's kind of in agreement with me and not giving me no pushback. Especially other men that are fathers. I'm gonna listen to what they gotta say. Iron sharpen iron. Me looking at this video, I don't see no accountability. I'm expecting to hear you regulate this situation. You're not doing it. You're talking about shout out to the people who stuck with me, and nah, man. If those people rocking with you, they're gonna tell you the truth. They ain't gonna just be there, be a yes man. Nah. They're gonna tell you, fam, you out of pocket right now. You're doing what you're doing for social media, bro. That's your girl, that's your daughter. I know you love her, I get it. But she fucked up, bro. Own it. Own it. Just own it. They got other girls out here messing up. Speak on it. Talk some real ish. Let these young ladies know what your daughter did is not cool. It doesn't matter if your daughter don't want to speak to you again. Who cares? She's gonna learn the hard way. I'd rather speak the truth than be a hypocrite. I'd rather speak the truth and my daughter don't speak to me for 10 years than to be a hypocrite. Knowing what's right, but never did it because I was concerned about how the public felt about me.
But it is a lot on my mind, and it's been a lot on my mind for a long time. But being in my children's life is always number one. And I'm gonna continue to keep pushing forward.
Sounds like an acceptance speech. Sound like you're on the podium at a award show and you're giving a speech for the public. You're not doing this from your heart, bro. I can read through you, bro. You're not doing this from the heart. You're doing this for the public, the people. You want the people to see you as a good father in the midst of the drama. That's what you're doing. And I can see through it. You know? Because the first thing first is, before going live, I would have ate my food. I wouldn't have used my food as a prop in front of the camera. I would have ate my food first, and then I would have went live. So it's almost like the food is there as a prop rather than something that you actually eat. You know? But you're doing this for the public. And that's the wrong thing to do, because the public don't care. That's one thing you have to understand. Even if the public support you and you make money, the public really don't care. They love drama. They really do. But this is your daughter. And your job at this point is to be a father by giving her that tough love that she needs. Because if you don't give it, she's going to be in the arms of another guy and the cycle is going to continue. Are you going to be back here the next 2 years, 3 years when she get pregnant again? Giving another speech? Because you're going to look real bad. Next 2-3 years, she pregnant again? You're going to be looking bad, bro. Right now, you might get a pass. You might get a few harsh criticisms, some rebukes. But at the end of the day, it's so that you can look at the situation and say, you know what? I got to regulate this before it get out of pocket. She already done messed up. So I got to give her the game. And also I can probably help some other young ladies in the process. So let me be a dad, not only for my daughter, but for other young ladies that are out there too. You get what I'm saying?
And to my child's mother, I just want to say this on a public platform. Just be mindful of everything that's posted on these social media websites, because people are going to take it and they're going to do whatever they want to with it.
That's exactly what I did. The same thing that you just finished saying right there is the same thing that is posted all over these social media sites. That's what she did. This is what happens when you and your baby mamas and everybody involved aren't having these conversations behind the scenes, and instead you're having them on the public. Because I would not be speaking to no baby mama that does that. Any woman of mine that takes my business that we have in-house and bring it to social media, I'm done with that woman forever. Forever. There's no reconciliation, nothing to say, no getting back together. I don't give a fuck about her. She's done. Straight up. It's just like when I tell these sisters, you know, y'all want to go put the man on child support when he always been a good father, but you want to take his money. I always tell these guys, your woman put you on child support, the child is no longer yours. Meaning, once you get put on child support, I'm done being a father. What? Yeah. You put me on child support, I'm done being a father. That's it. Hands is washed. Because you have a choice. You either get a check or you have an active father that's providing for this child. If you want the money, okay, cool. I'm no longer a dad. That's it. Those children are now on their own. You're now responsible for them. And when I made that video back in the day, women were mad at me. They were like, how you gonna say if you paying child support, you're not gonna be a dad no more? It's your choice. I'm not gonna be an active father and you garnishing my wages. No. Do you want me to be active in this child's life or do you want a check? The choice is yours. Live or die, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. There's no other way around it. Let's get back to the tapes. Let's go.
There's nothing you can do to stop it once they put this stuff out on social media.
Right. There's nothing you could do.
Once this stuff has been hit the World Wide Web, people are able to give an opinion on everything, anything that they want to, and say whatever they want to about a situation when they have no clue what's going on. And I know everybody's not strong enough to handle that. So to everybody who's in my family and who's seeing this, please be strong. If you have to unplug from social media, unplug from social media. If you have to turn your comments off, turn your comments off. And just everybody, man, thanks for the congratulations, man. All I can do is wish and hope for a healthy grandchild. So y'all keep us in y'all prayers.
He said he's wishing and hoping for a healthy grandchild, guys. This is crazy, man. I ain't hear him not once talk about the baby daddy. It's like, so your daughter just get pregnant and nobody don't know anything. You're more concerned about a healthy grandchild. This is crazy, man. Again, when I do my content, I'm fair and balanced. I haven't heard this man say not once anything to condemn the actions of his daughter, to regulate the situation, to hold her accountable, nothing. Haven't heard nothing yet. And I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm literally hoping that with the next 3 minutes and 58 seconds of this video, that there's something there that he said that I can say, okay, at least he said that.
And again, to my daughter, Desharia, I love you so much.
You said that 1,000 times throughout this video, fam. Listen, guys, if I got to be on social media saying that I love my daughter 1,000 times when there's some sort of public drama and it's like I'm trying to talk to you guys and I got to keep saying it over and over, oh, you know, to my daughters, you know, I really love you and blah, blah. If I got to keep doing that, I'm doing that for y'all. I'm not doing that for my home. I'm doing that for social media because if I'm around my kids, I could tell them that and they know that already. I don't even have to tell them. They would know by the pure fact that I'm there for them. They should know that. Let's go.
I understand why you distance yourself away from me.
So you understand why she distanced herself from you? So you believe that she distanced herself from you because she got pregnant? Fam. She was already distanced. She was already distant. This is deeper. And this is going to only fuel the fire of what these women are going to be saying about you. They're going to be saying you weren't there in her life. That's what they're going to say now. This is why these women are saying this. Now, do I agree with women blaming you for your daughter getting pregnant? No, I don't. I don't blame you for your daughter getting pregnant. But at the end of the day, her getting pregnant is a bad look. That's not a good look. That's nothing to be proud of. You could be proud when she's of age and a man took her to make her his wife. Now you could be a proud father, knowing that you raised your daughter, she got married, got pregnant. It's a good time now. But that's not happening.
But I need you to know that anything that you go through, I'm here to go through it with you. Whatever it is.
Wow.
Anything that you're going to go through, I'm here to go through it with you. You are.
So basically, if you have a son and he committed a murder, you're going to go through it with your son. Basically, that's what you're saying. Guys, are y'all seeing what's going on here? He's basically saying no accountability for his daughter. She's good to go. Whatever she do, whatever wrong she do, she's okay in his book. That's crazy.
My child. And to any of my children, to my family, whatever it is, I am here to go through it with you. Please bring it to me. As a protector, as a father, I'm going to always have my kids back. I'm going to always have my family's back. It might come with a motivational speech behind it, and a lot of people don't like it.
It's interesting when you read these comments and people post some crazy nonsense. What is this? Lou Pack says, why does he have to talk about the baby daddy publicly, though? He didn't want this to come out online in the first place. How do you know he's not regulating behind the scenes? Guys, are you listening to this nonsense? This is why I don't take women serious, bro. There's something wrong upstairs, bro. Something is seriously wrong with them upstairs. They just don't pay attention to nothing. We've been here talking for 2 hours and 32 minutes, breaking down this man's comments and his video. He basically accepts the fact that his daughter failed in life, and he's cool with it. But you're saying he regulated this in private. Everything he did publicly was a disaster. But guys, this is what women do. This is what they do, guys. This is what they do. Why does he have to talk about the baby daddy publicly? So let me get this straight. So a man blow your daughter's back out and nobody cares about who impregnated her. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Are y'all seeing this, guys? How women don't care? They don't care who impregnate these young girls. This is crazy, man. LaTruth post this video on his YouTube channel. This is on his YouTube channel. He posts this to the public. At no point did he regulate the situation. And for you to be sitting there listening to this live and would say something as foolish as, how do you know he's not regulating behind the scenes? That's crazy. And that just goes to show a lot of people didn't graduate. Nor do they have ears to hear. He didn't want this to come out online in the first place. So why the fuck he's online talking about it? Why he online talking about it? The baby mama's all online throwing him under the bus. all these women that are in his life is throwing him under the bus. His own sister had to come out of the woodworks to talk about her brother's situation. So what are you talking about?
He didn't do something that he was supposed to do, but at the same time, I got a question for everybody. How in the hell can y'all sit up and blame Robert for my niece being pregnant?
Did you hear that? His sister had to come out into the public to address the public because they out there throwing her brother under the bus, blaming him. Do you even know that? Does that sound like somebody that regulated the situation behind the scenes? No. Because he didn't even know that his daughter was pregnant. He supposed to hold his daughter accountable publicly. Since this mess is in the public, he supposed to deal with it in the public. Talking about all this behind the scenes nonsense. His daughter up on TikTok, on Instagram, showing her belly, proud of herself, talking about how her bundle of joy is coming soon. This is a mess. But hey, guys, don't expect women to regulate anything because they're not. They're not. This is why you cannot let a woman deal with these kind of issues because they're never going to deal with them. They're going to baby these kids. That young girl destroyed her life already. And if brother Robert don't step up to that plate and lay down the law, she's destroyed. She's destroyed. He's supposed to deal with that. Because the issue is in the public. The baby mamas in them, they put all that information in the public. Because they wanted to attack him. They wanted him to look bad. You know? But to make himself look good in the public eye, to keep his supporters to not look like a bad guy, that is why he's doing what he's doing. He's being very careful with what he say because he don't want the public to look at him as he's being insensitive to the fact that his daughter is pregnant. I don't care if she's pregnant at the end of the day. A man is supposed to be a man and regulate that situation because it's going to happen again. I promise you. It's going to happen again. What are you going to do when it happens again? Give the same speech? Come on. If he don't nip this in the bud now, it's never going to stop. That's why I said, I got 4 daughters. If they want to go out there and be 304s, get pregnant out of wedlock, they on their own. Real talk, real spit. They fending for themselves. They're going to learn the hard way. They're going to walk through the fire. They're going to walk through the valley of the shadow of death by themselves. No help from me. You want to be grown? It's time to wear them grown girl shoes. Yes, indeed. And that's just the way it is. Because all of us, we had to learn the hard way. We had to walk through the fire by ourselves. Mama didn't care. Kicked your ass out the damn house. Your dad told you better go get a job. I ain't buying you another thing. And you had to go work for what you have now. And you learned the responsibility of $1. These young girls want to go online, putting up photos, trying to be sexy, trying to be cute, wearing their lashes, wearing their filter, trying to look sexy for a man, lay on their back, take some wood, and then we want to say, congratulations, I'm happy to be a granddad. That's dysfunctional. Hold them accountable. If a man cannot hold his daughter accountable, how can you hold other women accountable? And this is why when the baby mama posted this, before you get online, giving advice, be a father first instead of worrying about your image. Now, it's starting to make sense. Because rather than you worrying about your image and giving other people advice, you have to hold your own daughter accountable. You got to do it. You got to do it. Now, the baby mama wasn't talking in the context of holding the daughter accountable. You have to understand, when she wrote this, she was disrespecting him. In other words, before you give other people advice, meaning you being there for other people. That's the context in which she wrote this. In other words, he's giving his time for other people. So she posts this to be disrespectful. I'm using this to pretty much give him a rebuke. Before you get online giving advice, be a father instead of worrying about your image. Instead of worrying about what all these ninjas online gotta say about you, hold the daughter accountable. Because this is gonna be the breaking point. You holding her accountable is gonna make her a better woman. And it can only be done from you. No mother, stepmother, side woman, nobody can do this but you at this point. She can only listen to you. Her hearing your disapproval of what's going on is what's going to regulate this situation, because she heard it from her father. And when she heard it from her father, it's going to stick like glue. Because if she kept this from you because she was afraid, then she know your words are strong. So she already knows she messed up. But if you pamper her through this, she will never respect you. Never. And not only will she never respect you, she'll never respect no other man. Because if her own father couldn't tell her the truth and give her that real talk, like your hoodie says, raw, if you can't give her the raw truth, no other man will be able to speak to your daughter. I promise you, if daddy cannot keep it a buck with his daughter, no man will be able to reach her. She will never listen to another man because she's going to despise you. She's going to despise why you never told her the truth. It's going to get to the point where she's going to get into her 20s, 25, pushing 27, and she's going to look back and she's going to be like, where the fuck was my daddy to talk to me? Where was he? They need that tough love, that one-on-one tough love that can only come from dad. If you're not gonna do that, she's lost. I'm telling you. She's lost, and she's gonna hold you to the fire. She's gonna blame you in the future. I'm telling you, she's gonna blame. She's gonna be like, why you didn't tell me this? Why you didn't tell me I was bad? Why you didn't tell me I was making bad decisions? Why you didn't tell me it was my fault? Why you made me feel that I wouldn't do nothing wrong? She's emotional. She's young. She don't know what she's doing. You cannot talk to her in a way to make her feel good about herself. No. Gotta let her know the truth. This is what you gotta do.
I'm gonna speak the truth. I'm gonna give you a motivational speech behind it, but we're gonna come up with a solution, and we're gonna stick together through this whole thing, and I'm gonna have your back. And I'm gonna love on you regardless. We all make mistakes. And these same speeches I've given to my children. So I just want them to be comfortable enough to come to me and tell me everything, because I'm here for the better interest of my children. And I'm hoping all of you parents are the same way, no matter what. I forgive. And I'm always gonna be there to help my kids through any situation. I represent real father gang.
That's not no real father gang, bro. You're not looking good right now, fam. This is not looking good, bro. Any real man, any real father that's looking at this right now, this ain't looking good, bro. It's looking bad. You're basically saying you'll be there with her no matter what bad she does. Never gonna hold her accountable.
And I've been representing Real Father Gang ever since my little girl was born in 2007. I was 20-something years old when I had my first child. And the moment I looked into my little girl's eyes, I knew what I had to do. I have to man up. I have to be here for my children and give them the things that I didn't have.
This is not about material things, fam. She don't need material things. What she needs is a father right now that's going to give her that real truth. You say your name is LaTruth, right? Okay, cool. Give her the truth. Give her LaTruth. The truth. La truth.
Real Father Gang is a movement. It's something that I live by. So again, I don't come on here and address everything that's being sent my way. I don't do that. There's no reason to. I address the people that need to know about these things in real life. So to everybody that's watching, man, I love y'all, appreciate it. I'll probably go live a little bit later on just to talk to y'all about some other things, but it's a blessing to be a mother, it's a blessing to be a father, it's a blessing to be a grandparent. So to everybody out there, to all the positive people, please keep being positive. To the negative people, take into consideration, man, these are real human beings that you're playing with. The things that y'all are saying, us real human beings have to hear it.
How is giving you criticism negative, people? Are you serious? So I'm negative, right? I'm negative for speaking this raw truth, real talk. I'm negative. So let me get this straight. If I don't co-sign the BS, then I'm negative. That's your position on this? This is crazy, man. Now, I can understand other people that's negative talking crazy, but I think I'm fair and balanced, and I think pure logic. And I'm looking at this thing from a father's point of view. I did not hear you hold your daughter accountable at all. I didn't hear you talk about the baby daddy, who did it, who's who, nothing. That's crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? And everybody is not as strong as I am. Y'all been seeing me get through this. I get called a warrior every day. But my kids, man, they ain't asked for this life. They didn't ask to be in the spotlight.
They didn't ask to be in the spotlight. Your daughter has a social media. She have a TikTok. She have an Instagram. She's on social media showing herself. They want to be in the spotlight. You want to be in the spotlight. You made that video. That puts you in the spotlight, which put your daughter in the spotlight. It put everybody in the spotlight. So you're asking for this. You're asking for the attention. You're asking for criticism.
I hold myself accountable for putting them in the spotlight.
You just admit for putting them in the spotlight. You see that, right? Yeah, no matter how truthful you are with people, they're gonna always say you're negative, hateful, all of this other stuff because they just don't want to hear the truth.
But I put them in the spotlight because they are a part of me. So I too can understand my little girl making a post showing her belly.
Your girl made that. Your daughter made that post. She put herself out there.
When you love the way I love and the way my kids love and anybody else love, you show. So I understand it totally. I put my daughter on the internet. When I first had my daughter, the whole world got to see my daughter because I love my children more than anything in this world, and I posted them on social media. So I understand what my little girl did by posting her belly. She didn't understand what was coming her way. I'm able to step in those shoes because I too have walked in those shoes. We've all went through these things.
You were never pregnant, sir. You were never pregnant. You didn't walk in her shoes. Stop comparing yourself to your child, man. It's like you're deflecting and projecting your life as if though this is normal. Like we all go through this. No, this is bad.
Shari, I love you. And I definitely understand. I know you happy, and I'm here for you.
You know what this remind me of? This remind me of the situation with D Wade and what's that woman they broke up? D Wade and whatever his woman is, man. And he had to accept the fact that his son is now his daughter. It kind of remind me of that speech. That's what it remind me of. It's like D Wade and his wife or ex or whatever the name is, when he had to explain to the world that his son is now his daughter. It's like you could see it in his heart that he don't want that, but because of the wife, he have to do what she want. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like he's saying what he's saying, not from the heart, but so that the public won't look at him like he's a bad guy.
You have the right to be happy. The same way I'm so happy about my kids. Being a father was the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man, before I get emotional on here.
Fam, you're already emotional right now. It's not about let me get out of here before you get emotional. You are emotional already. You are already emotional. And that's the problem. You're helping her to make bad decisions by not giving her the truth. The truth is you have to tell her what she did wrong, and you're not supposed to be there. That's the problem. You're bailing her out of her own dilemma. That's the problem. To show yourself as a strong man at this point is you have to hold your daughter accountable, and you have to also address the public by letting them know that as a man, as a father, y'all don't just come on social media blaming me because my daughter got pregnant. These are the things you do. It's like how I just finished sharing this commentary. You're supposed to hold your daughter's actions accountable and make her responsible for what she did and let her know she made a life-altering decision. See, a lot of ladies think that they could just go out there and have sex with different guys and it's good. And I keep telling all you ladies, doesn't matter how young or old you are. When you open your legs for a man, you are inviting spirits into your life. Anytime a man place his rod inside your body, no matter where that rod go, you are taking on his spirit. Do you understand me? You can get pregnant. It's not about just having fun. You get pregnant. Now she's pregnant at 15. Do you think she have the mental capacity to understand what she's doing? No. Because she kept it from her father. And she's pregnant out of wedlock. It's not like she was of the age of consent in an arranged marriage. No, this is out of the blue. This is a mess. No accountability for who the guy is. Nobody cares. So basically, young men can come in, blow your daughter's back out. Nobody cares about who did it. Nobody cares. So there's going to be a baby shower coming soon, and a bunch of hypocrites are going to come to this gathering. A bunch of other single mothers are going to come to the gathering, praising her with her belly. No wedding, no place to stay. Got to stay with mom. This is a mess. This is not good. A real father is going to be pissed about this situation. He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be, Thanks for your prayers. And I don't care about no damn prayers. You know? The situation needs to be addressed. That's all I'm saying. You can love your kids, but you still got to address the situation. So, hey, that's all my thoughts on this situation here. You like the stream? Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. This is the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube where you get that real talk, real information. We don't sugarcoat nothing. We're fair and balanced. We don't pander to men. We don't pander to women. We don't do none of that BS. We got something to say. We're going to say it straight. That's how we going to do it. You know? We don't sugarcoat. I don't take sides. I don't do none of that. You know what I mean? I say what need to be said. So if dude is listening, hey, you got work to do. You got work to do, fam. Because right now, the public is going to think what the public going to think. Forget what they think. You have a daughter that you need to save. And if she don't listen to you, then you got to just let her go. That's just the real talk. Like, the way I see it, this is not something you wanted to happen, but it happened. So your last approach right now is regulating the situation by letting your daughter know what it is. And if she don't listen to you and she become rebellious, talking about, well, you ain't going to see the grandkid, blah, blah, blah. She's on her fucking own, bro. At that point, I disown you. You're done. You're done. You're on your own. You don't want to listen to your dad? You on your own. Real talk. You could call it what you want. You could say I'm this, I'm cruel, I'm a bad guy. I don't give a fuck about that. At the end of the day, if you don't respect me as your father, you on your own, girl. When you hit them damn streets and them ninjas get you, you done. Real talk. You better make sure you honor your mother and your father. You better make sure. You better make sure you honor your mother and your father, that your days be long. You know? So, that being said, I'm going to get up on out of here, man. Do what I need to do. Let me give a few shout outs on this Cash App. Let me see. Shout out to, Howard R. Howard for the $15 support. R. Howard. Is that Reen? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right. But shout out to you for the $15 support. Ronell for the $20 support. Ronell for the $20 support. And Sherelle for the $15 support. Shout out to Sherelle, moderator, for the $15 support. So, hey, I appreciate everybody rocking with the platform. If you like this type of commentary, if you like the realness, make sure you subscribe to the channel today. We only can provide the truth. We give you real talk, real spit. You know what I mean? Again, my criticism is very strong. I don't sugarcoat nothing because these youngins, they wildin'. And a lot of parents, it's like because they got love for their kids, it's like they let their kids just do whatever. No, these kids are young adults. So you got to let them grow up. If LaTruth don't set that order, his daughter's done. I mean, think about it. The problem already started. 15 years old. Problem's already done there. Just like when we talking about these baby mamas, single mothers, women out here wilding out, the nightmare already started at 15. So it's up to him to give her the game, give her the law. If she become rebellious, cut your ties. That's it. I don't got nothing to do with her. She on her own. You know? I don't got nothing to say to her after that. She got to learn the hard way. She's going to eventually come back to her dad after she regret not talking to him for 15 years because she was rebellious. There's a lot of women like that. They regret being rebellious their father set them straight, they stopped speaking to their dad. You know how many women in the chat or in the clouds stop speaking to their dad because their dad regulated their tail when they were younger and they were offended and stopped speaking to him. Why? Because they didn't like what he had to say. And now they struggling now to build that relationship back up with their father because they tear down the bridge. You know? It is what it is, man. But anyway, y'all, we're going to get up on out of here, do what we got to do. And that's about it, man. Let's see what's going on, man. See what's going on with this chat, man. Yeah, so that's about it, y'all. We're going to get up on out of here. 3 hours we've been on. It's crazy. So y'all take care, man. Ringo TV Reactions. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Sherelle, Tracy. See you in the building. We'll catch y'all later on, man. We out of here. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.